My main source of inspiration for drawing lately has been music, whether it be real musicians or fictional ones. It's pretty much all I've been drawing. So I had an idea to use a band name generator online and create a fictional band. Based on the name, I'll decide what decade they're from, what genre I think they fit into, and so on. So what exactly will I be making for this fictional band? Number one, I will be drawing the band members, giving them names and stories, as well as kind of like an origin story, how they met, what country they're from. I will be designing a logo of some sort. It could be I'll just like literally write their name with a random font or something. I'll give them 3 album covers and album names. Let's see if there's anything. No, but I want 1. These are horrible. Wait. Wait, let's see. Can we do 1? 1 word. Okay, let's generate. No, that's not what I meant. So I'm looking for a band name generator that gives you 1 name and not like multiple. I just want... Oh, you have to put something in. Okay, let's try this. You know what? Should we just do the first one? How does this work? Let me try one last time and just let me generate. Okay, kitchen? I don't know, I kind of like that. Should we go for kitchen? When I imagined the name Kitchen as a band name, 2 things came up in my head. First, the band Garbage. Second, a girl with blue hair. Granted, I've maybe listened to half a Garbage song my entire life, but Kitchen sounded very 90s to me, so I decided that this band is going to be set in the 90s. As for genre, I felt a little inspired by Garbage. It's like an indie, more alternative scene. So here are some pictures I used for inspiration for the outfit. As you can see, I tried to attempt some hairstyle. It's kind of like this, and then I realized that, I don't know, Kitchen gives me more of a minimalist feel. So her outfit at first was very kind of out there and crazy, but I decided to switch it up and simplify it a little more. I used a lot of inspiration from the band Lush for their outfits. I wanted something simplistic, and I also felt they needed a little bit of minimalism, and I don't know, for some reason I decided the color palette really felt like red, whites, and blues, but not in a patriotic way. I don't know. So this is Odette. She doesn't have a last name yet, but we'll put it up. She's of Irish descent, and she is the lead singer and bassist. I'm going to talk more about their personalities when we get to the origin story of the band, but a little bit about her. She is kind of shy, but very artistic and loves music, of course. One thing about them is that I decided is that they're all kind of, no one's really a virtuoso in their own instrument, more so they all just love music and play around with everything, and they're all just like good at all instruments, but not great at any. They just like music, you know? I'm really happy that I gave them a very minimalistic outfits. I think it works better with their style and kind of the overall feel. I also took inspiration from shoegaze. I think their sound would have a little bit of that dreaminess, and here she is. Next up, we have Jasper Cohen. Jasper is the drummer of Kitchen. Now, a little bit about him, I kind of developed his personality a little more. He's kind of the, doesn't really care about anything except the music type. He doesn't smile much, but everyone likes him. He's very chill, but he loves music. It's his favorite thing in the world. He's Jewish. For his outfit, I wanted to give him something very simple, not too out there at all, because he's a person who, like I said, doesn't really care much about what he wears. So I gave him a nice little crew neck sweater and some big jeans, and I actually love this outfit. I love 90s fashion. It's just so versatile and just simplistic, and this was really fun. I can also put a few pictures that I use for inspiration for his outfit. I also stuck with the color palette for him, and I struggled so much with his hair. I don't know if you saw before, but I kept going back and trying to figure out what to do with it. But in the end, I'm really happy with how he turned out. I think he's my favorite, actually. So I'll let you enjoy the rest of this. And here we have Jasper completed. Finally, we got Mark Matsumura. He is the lead guitarist a little bit about him. He's very philosophical. He's the one in interviews who's always saying things that make sense to two people. Very smart. He is very musical, but he's also very sweet and loved by many. He is Japanese. For his outfit, I really wanted him to look smart, so I gave him a turtleneck and glasses. I don't know, that makes people look smart. He has a great sense of style. He's very creative, very inspired person. I think him and Odette are a bit more on the same wavelength. I think Jasper is a little more in his own world, less intellectual, and that's fine. It's great. I really wanted him to stand out. I wanted him to look sleek, and I think that worked. I really like his hair. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah. And that's the band. Now let's move on to the origin story. So they're from the US. They all met in their first semester of art school. They were the quieter and more reserved ones. They were a bit more shy and they had a harder time making friends, which helped them kind of bond. Eventually they started to bond through their shared love of music, and just started messing around with instruments and making music and writing songs. And eventually started playing in bars and in underground concerts or whatever it may be. And they started to gain traction within the alternative scene. During all this, Odette and Mark started dating, but it didn't disrupt the flow of the band very much because their band was basically built on their shared love of music, and that was the most important thing to them. It didn't really matter if they had personal fights or disagreements. To mention this, they met in the late 80s, early 90s. The band name Kitchen originates from the Greek myth of... I'm kidding. So they just thought it would be funny to call it band Kitchen, so they did. I wrote the word kitchen, scanned it digitally. Enjoy! Okay, I am by no means a graphic designer. I'm an artist. I love critiquing graphic design, but that's a story for a different time. But I do know how to make something look cool. It's by just slapping a bunch of pictures, changing the blending modes, and seeing what comes out. So that's what I did. I took a bunch of random pictures from Pinterest, film photos, and I layered them. I really wanted to do something blue, so I went with that. I couldn't resist the urge to call the album Pots and Pans, I'm sorry. So I did, but I didn't make it anything else kitchen themed. I also struggled hard with the logo. It was gonna be that at first, but you couldn't really see the font, so I switched up for that. Here's the finished album. I love the colors. I wanted Odette to be on the cover, so we're pretending this is Odette. I wanted to do something orange, but it turned out blue, and I actually love these colors. I love colors that are headache-inducing, so I think this album cover is my favorite. I also used an album name generator for this, and it came out Cookie Cutter, and I thought that was perfect. So this is Cookie Cutter by Kitchen. Now for the self-titled album. This one was a struggle. Fun to also just like draw something totally random as opposed to an actual kitchen. I tried to just do this. We'll see how it looks. This is how I sort of scan it. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but it works for me. For this cover, I wanted something a little more readable, less effects-full. I don't really know how to explain that. So I made this cute little guy, but something just wasn't working for me. So I drew it again, and I this time added a little more background, kind of spread it out across the entire cover. And to be honest, I liked the other guy more, but you know, every band has to have one bad album cover, so it's gonna be this one. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this. I had a really great time. It was super fun. I'm gonna put up some names of, I think their songs would be called. Let me know if I should do this again, but actually using the generator for everything, like the albums, the decade, the genre, and so on. And maybe even making them a song, if I dare. But yeah, let me know which album cover was your favorite, what you think of it, and what you think Kitchen would look like.